Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist, Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist, across from you here on Season 2, Episode 2 of the Dollars and Cents podcast. I think I just said that twice.
That's okay. Just so everybody know that this is the Dollars and Cents podcast.
Yeah.
And episode 2, Season 2, Episode 2, and we're still not talking politics. This is great.
Still not talking politics. Yeah, we've all this time we're just going around the
we're ignoring what's going on in Washington. We're ignoring what's going on across the country. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are ignoring it right now. I feel like a lot of people are kind of just like, I don't hear as many people talking about politics lately. Well, in my realm of friends and stuff, I haven't heard it as much. I feel like people have just kind of been like, because it's all you hear. It's like people have just been worried about other things, probably the economy and everything else, and trying to just keep everything on the rails and family and all that stuff because that takes forefront. But anyway, so without getting into politics on this one and off the rails, we'll jump right
we'll
into
get into gambling.
Yeah, legal gambling. Well, actually, it's not. I guess
is
you
it
really
legal
are
gambling?
I don't think there's no gambling that's legal in South Carolina. So all of my league, any league I
that's
play
how
in
they
is
got.
for
They
fun.
try to stop. They try to stop fantasy football here because, quote unquote, the state house said it was gambling.
Well, yeah, but they allow DraftKings and all that stuff, and they say that's not gambling. So,
Well, that's when DraftKings and all was getting in just with fantasy football. You're not betting part of it. There was a big push to stop it because it was gambling, and the argument was no, it takes some skill and research and all to do a good team, and so they
yeah.
end up winning.
Yeah, you're
So
not just gambling. You're betting on yourself, which is really not the same as just gambling on a random team based off of spreads and whatever. So,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you might be wagering a little bit of money with your buddies, but like really we're trying to get people for that now, like something as silly as like, oh, I got 20 bucks in a fantasy football league. You're trying to get us for taxes on 120 bucks for 10 people.
well, I
Like,
remember, as bad as it's gotten around the country with gambling. I mean, I remember when you could not mention a spread or anything on TV. Commentators stayed away. I mean, it was like the plague. You never talked anything about from the gambling market. And now I listen to football or something, and that's all they talk about. Well, Vegas is saying this and this spread.
yeah.
I
Gambling is
like the
rampant.
report.
A lot of
It is.
people gamble like heavily.
Yeah.
I'm not a gambler, especially sports betting. When I was in Cleveland, I took my girlfriend and my mom to a Morgan Wallen concert. Which don't get me started on that. The concert was great, but American Airlines, they ruined me. They ruined that trip. But so again, August has been rough. But I played a little blackjack while I was there. I like blackjack, so I went to the casino. There's a casino in Cleveland. I played a little blackjack. I was up for a little bit. When blackjack, when you're on a roll, you bet more and you win. But when you start seeing stuff go the other way, you just got to leave the table. And because I was
Yeah.
only there for one day, I was like, screw it, I'll just keep playing. And you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to take a break and come back. But I'm not a
Walk
professional.
away.
I just
Walk
enjoy.
away.
I just like blackjack. I like.
Well, and that's if
uh,
you, I tell Sue, if you put, take $40, $100, whatever, and you just go play. I mean, what's the difference than doing that and going to a show?
right.
Just don't chase the money. Don't be stupid and end up losing 5,000.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I
It's like
lost
everything
300.
else. Set a budget.
That's right. Yeah, I set a budget. I had 300 cash with me. I was like, I'm not going to go to the ATM if I lose this and go get more. Like, this is it. I'm either going to double this up and leave, which I think I was up, probably double at one point, should have left. But then I had the itch, and I was like, oh, I'm up now. Daddy's going to bring home all. I'm gonna be rich. And then the casino showed me why they're $1 billion company, and I'm not. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it
So
all comes
what's
back.
for fantasy football? So what do you think? I don't know much about fantasy football. I started playing with my son because he wanted me to play with him. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't really watch the NFL anymore because everything that went down with the kneeling
Kaepernick.
and
Yeah.
just everything. And when I heard somebody say, "Well, I just work on a plantation," um, and I'm thinking, no, when people were made to work on plantations, they didn't get $1 million a game for throwing a little rawhide around. So yeah, I was
Right.
just done. So, but my son wanted to do it. I've worked on a relationship with my son, so I got back into it, and I'm still playing
Yep.
with some friends, but I don't take it very seriously. It sounds like you do a lot more research than I do. Um,
I do a little bit of
so
research. Yep. Yep.
do you pick quarterbacks, wide receivers, or running backs for your leagues? Which one's your priority?
So y- I always go the first few rounds. I'm always going wide receiver or running back. Now, if it's a really good tight end like this year, Brock Bowers is the best tight end in football. If he falls to me in round two or the beginning of round three, maybe I'll snag a tight end. But most people will tell you, most people who like actually talk about fantasy football, like I listen to an actual fantasy football podcast. Don't make fun of me, but they'll tell you don't want to go quarterback really before round four. Even though, like, because for example, wide receiver, if they catch the ball, they get a point, and every 10 yards, they get a point. Quarterback, they have to throw for 25 yards to get a point. So, in theory, to accumulate the most points, you really want to focus on your wide receivers and your running backs because running backs, if they're a catching running back, they get a point for catching, 10 yards, 6 points for a touchdown. So it's kind of the same there. So if you're looking statistically, you can probably still get a good quarterback seventh, eighth round in. Whereas if you try to reach for one in like the third round, you might miss like a running back or receiver that probably could have given you a lot more points throughout the year than that quarterback's going to give you. So
When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit bobbyclary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right.
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110. 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you.
So, that's part of the strategy. Some people will tell you to always try to get a running back really early because running backs are injury prone and you want to have some backup running backs in case your main ones get injured. That strategy has worked for me some lately. Last year I tried doing, or 2 years ago I tried doing that and like go running back heavy. It didn't work too well. So I think now it's just about finding the best available at any position when it's your turn to pick and then deeper in the rounds, rounds 12, 13, 14, 15, you're looking for, they call them sleeper picks.
Mhm.
People that they're in training camp, they're getting a lot of hype, but you don't know what they're going to do yet. Store those on your bench, and maybe they have a breakout year, and there's somebody that can help you win your league. So there's different strategies. There's a lot of different things that go into fantasy football. If you've got a good league with a bunch of people that you know, like I have a 12-man league with people that I know that I run every year. I'm the commissioner of, and we have a blast with it. It's fun. It's competitive. My sister played in it last year for the first time, and she actually had a pretty good team and made a good run. And then she lost in the first round of the playoffs. And so I had this really good record, and then I lose this one game, and now I'm out. I'm like, yes, that's how that works. Yeah,
That's
I was like, yeah. Unfortunately, that's how
that's
that
how
works.
sports work.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, those 12 wins you had mean nothing in the playoffs. I'm sorry. But it's
So
fun. I mean, I think a lot of people should do it, especially like at families and stuff. It makes if you're not big into football, it makes it more fun because then you learn some of the players and you're like watching those specific players and they're all on different teams. So it can be really fun. I know it's not for everybody, but it's pretty exciting if you get into it and try it a couple times and get the hang of it. It really can be. Obviously I'm in more of a competitive league, and then I have leagues that I play in with just some friends that's not that competitive, so we don't, we're not like studying and going crazy
yeah,
over it. But my draft at 8 o'clock tonight, this is I got to be on my
that's the big
P's
one.
and Q's. Yeah,
Is
these.
it your league your commissioner or a different one?
So the one I'm commissioner of is next weekend. But this one is an expensive league. The one I'm playing in tonight, and it's one I've been in with a bunch of guys for like 5 years, and these guys are very competitive. So to me, I don't care about the
Expensive
money
as
part of it.
in $100, more than $100.
It's
Oh
more than
wow, really?
It's more than 100. It's not substantially more, but it's more than
mine,
100.
mine was 20. Well,
Yeah.
no, mine was 30. Was it 30? No, 25. Mine was
Yeah.
25, but I paid to keep a player, so I had to pay 35 for it.
Yeah, okay. So the league I'm playing, that's called a keeper league because you can keep
Yeah.
like up to three players. So the league I'm in tonight, we're able to keep three up to three players, which the three I kept are really good. Because I made some trades last year and acquired some players that I really shouldn't have on the same team because it's almost not. I have a really good team, but we don't have to pay for our keepers. But that's actually a really good idea. I'm going to pitch that to my guy, like, hey, to make the pot bigger at the end of the year, have our buy-in plus if you every keeper you want of the up to three you pay 25 or $30 or something and it makes the pot bigger so the payout would be
Yeah.
bigger at the end of the year. So that's actually a really good way to do it. You've actually given me
Yeah.
something that I didn't think about.
Our league, best I can tell, this league that I'm in, this is my first year in this league. Actually, he said I played with it before, so I know I really did well then because I don't remember. Uh, but you can only keep one, and it's actually costs more to keep one than get in the league. But
Okay.
and that
That
but the problem is I think only two of us kept, so there's only bumped the pot by $70.
Gotcha. Yeah, and if you keep a player nobody else is, so you probably lose a whatever round that player was drafted in, you lose that round.
Yeah.
Draft in that round.
Josh Allen was the one I kept because I've had him every
Well,
year for the last few years,
yeah,
and
well
I
he's
lost
the
my third
no,
round
no, no.
pick.
Yeah, well, that's great if you lost the third round pick for him because he's going some drafts in the second round. He's not going any. He's the first quarterback off the board in most leagues. It's him, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts are the first four. But Josh Allen is the. If you look at most fantasy rankings, I like have like a list. Actually, it's right here beside me of the fantasy rankings, and he's number one on the list. He's going 28th overall, like over all players. So that's that you're talking about into the barely into the third round. So if I was going to keep a player, and Josh Allen was one of those I could keep, I would definitely keep him because he runs a lot, so he gets a lot of points on his feet. He throws the ball. He's a gunslinger, so he's gonna have some interceptions, but he's gonna throw a lot of touchdowns, and he's on a high offense where a high powered offense where they're throwing and so you should be all right with Josh Allen. That starts you off pretty good there.
Yeah, so let me get your take on all the rest of them. My wide receivers starting right now, London and Metcalf.
Yeah, I mean, if my opinion, Drake London is a really good starting. He's in like I think it's his third year now. He's really good. He really broke out a lot last year. He's going to be really good for you. DK Metcalf's he's okay to have as like a wide receiver too. I would like to have a little bit stronger receiving core if it's me. But DK Metcalf's a good like middle of the road. He's pretty consistent, stays pretty healthy. I like DK Metcalf. I wouldn't be upset with him as my wide receiver
I,
too.
I had him last year, and he did pretty good for me. I came in, I actually had the best draft in my league last year, so I dropped this year. I'm a D plus, so I dropped a lot, different league, and
Yeah.
then and the AI that wrote up the draft review or whatever, oh, it tore me a new one. I mean, it was just
Yeah, those aren't always accurate though. So
nah,
honestly,
nah, it's I
there's
don't
been
believe
years
them.
that I've got an A plus Yahoo draft. Like, oh, you killed it. We're projecting to go like 11-3 or something, and I end up getting beat down. So they can only project so much because you got injury. They don't factor in injuries and all the other
Yeah,
stuff that happens. And
well,
some games are blowout games, so your players aren't putting up a lot because they're beating a team by 30 by halftime. So you can't account for all that. So
yeah.
you can study fantasy football and project all you want, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of
It's
luck
that
because
one. It's that time your defense gets 30 points somehow. That it's screws
yeah,
you
they
up.
have they have like two pick sixes and that never happened twice in a game, and they have a 30 piece and you beat somebody that should have smoked you. You
So
just
last year I was best one. I came in first or tied for first for the league. I won my division. Even after being like third in division, I came back in the end, but then ended up losing to a 16-year-old who was using AI in the second round of the playoffs.
oh lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. That's how
Same
it
same
goes.
16, same 15 and 16-year-old guy who every week sending all the players in the league trade requests that he put together by AI, and I mean all these increment changes, and he was just a. I'm not gonna miss him.
Yeah, there's a guy in my league who actually runs the league I'm drafting tonight. He sends trade requests every week. He has everybody's phone number. He'll text us, And like I've actually what I do because he's so like he loves trading. I wait until like he has a player that has a bad week. Two of the players that are my keepers in this league are ones that I got off of him that are like great players. They had a couple bad weeks, and I was like, dude, I told you they're going down here. I'll trade you this guy for him right now. And then and he loves trade, but he gets the worst end of every trade because he loves doing it so much. So I beat the hell out of him with these trades sometimes.
Running back core, McCaffrey and Cook.
Okay, you can't go wrong with McCaffrey. I mean, he could easily, if he stays healthy, if he doesn't have injuries, he could easily finish as the number one running back. So you have a chance to have the best quarterback and running back in the league this year. James Cook, solid, great RB2. I'm really happy with your RB1 and 2 there. You can't go wrong with either one of those. Yeah, just
Not
pray they
not
both stay
a
healthy.
not a Kansas City fan anymore. Really wasn't one to begin with, but all my other tight ends were gone, so I got Kelsey at tight end, and I got how
Yep.
you say his
There's
name,
a
Olave.
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 Chris Olave is your flex
He is in
player.
my WRT right now,
Yep.
but I've got Coop to go in there, or what's my other? Yeah, Coop's the only one I got back up right now. I got Cooper to tight end, but he wants to do that. And
Yeah.
then I
Yeah. I
got
would.
Elliott as my kicker and Denver as my defense.
Yeah, which, like I said, with kickers and defense, I always draft those at the end. And so, I mean, I'll switch out kickers sometimes. I'll drop one and pick one up on a week, just depending on how they've been kicking and how many 50-yarders they've been hitting. Defense, I stream defenses. Some people will draft it like a because Philly, the Eagles were projected to have like the best defense. I've seen people draft defense in like round 8. I don't. I draft defense literally the second to last or last round every year because I know that a defense is that are going to go on streaks, and there's going to be a week where I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I can pick up Pittsburgh's defense. They're playing the Jets. The Jets suck right now, and I'll just pick them up and then drop them after that week. So
Yeah.
people that try to keep one defense all year, I don't agree with that. I think you can, if Denver's not, which Denver's a good defense anyway, but if they're having an off week, maybe you want to keep them, but drop some other player, pick up a defense that has a better matchup for that week. Um, I do that every week almost with defenses. I almost have a different defense every week.
So how many leagues are you in?
4.
Oh,
So I
not
don't go too
crazy.
crazy because you don't want to. After a while, it just bleeds. You can't manage that many teams and stay good because you'll start getting kind of slack on one and not playing the waiver wire and picking up. So like I have the two big ones that I focus on, the one I run and the ESPN league I'm in that I'm drafting in tonight, and then I have a couple other Yahoo leagues that I just play with random people because Yahoo has what's called pro leagues, and you
Hmm.
can do as cheap one as $5, and I think the most expensive one's $2,500 buy-in, which is crazy because like the first place is like some 15, 20 grand or something, or 10 grand, something crazy. But
Wow.
it's crazy, yeah, because they're all 10-man leagues. So yeah, the 2,500 is the biggest buy-in. The biggest one I've ever done on Yahoo is a $250 buy-in, and it's puts you with 10 random people, and you just play in a legit league for the whole year with randoms. And I do a couple of those just to like a couple $50 leagues just to practice. And
Yeah.
just so. So I do a couple of those. My league is on Yahoo, and then my buddy's ESPN league, and that's it. And that drafts tonight. So yeah, I love fantasy football. I know a lot of people that will see, if they see this tag on YouTube and pull up and listen to this, they probably have a little passion for it like I do. But it's fun whether you do it casually or you're, competitive. I'm just a competitive guy, so I'm like always trying to win anyway. I can't help it. But even if it's a free league, I'm like all in. So it is fun.
Well,
Good time. And I'm looking forward to football. I'm mainly looking forward to my Tar Heels with Chapel Bill, old Bill Belichick
Capital
coming to
Bill.
bring us to the
I
promised
saw a
land.
photo with him the other day with an Expo uniform on. What was that all about?
I don't know. I didn't see
Baseball.
that.
Maybe it
I
was
didn't see
AI.
that.
Maybe
Probably.
AI,
Yeah, you
but
never know. See, now you never know.
you never know.
Everything.
You never know. I don't have
Yeah.
time to look at all this stuff either. So,
Yeah, me either.
all right,
Me either.
you ready to wrap this one up, and we'll move on to
Yep.
something else.
Yep. We'll move on to something probably more pressing than football, fantasy
Yeah.
football.
All right, y'all have a good one. We'll see you next
All
time.
right, guys. Good luck with your drafts. We'll see you on the next one.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments, they can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwestc@gmail.com. That's coachwestc@gmail.com.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872. Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at DollarsCentsGS and on Facebook at Dollars and Cents.